video is going to be my 14-week update video, and today I have a lot to cover, including for videos from now on. I'm going to include what to expect at checkups. This includes doctor's appointments, sonograms, and anything else that might happen at any kind of checkups that you can have. So everything that I got today, except for the size, height, and weight, are from the What to Expect When You're Expecting book, and the symptoms that I'm saying in this video are for this entire month, but for other update videos I will look up different, like, the symptoms that you could have just for that week, so that it's not like the same symptoms every single update video. But in this video there are a lot of symptoms because they're going through the entire week. That's what this book does. It shows pretty much all the symptoms for an entire month. Excuse me. If you see me looking down, it's because I have everything written on here, and as you can see, I have a lot to go through. So let's just get right on with the update. The baby is about the size of a lemon and weighs about 3.51 inches. That's the length. I don't know if I said weight. I feel like I said weight. And the baby weighs about 1.6 ounces. So baby's definitely growing. Another thing, while we're into length and weight and size and stuff, this week I had a doctor's appointment and I had my first sonogram. I'm pretty sure in my last video I posted the video of the heartbeat being heard. So I'm going to say something that's really, really funny, and I know this is kind of off topic of the update video, but legit, we have heard the baby's heartbeat twice now. The first time we took it on the father's phone, and we got home and his phone broke. He dropped it down my stairs and it completely shattered and it would not turn on. This time I took it on my phone because I didn't want to take it on his phone and then be like, oh, he dropped his phone again, because I know I'm normally careful, especially if I have something really precious on my phone. So on the way home, I was sending it to people. I was sending it to his mom, I was sending it to friends and stuff, and thankfully the video sent out, so I was glad about that for one reason. When we got home, about 15 minutes later, my phone died. And when I mean my phone died, I don't mean I just had to plug it in to charge it. I mean I need a completely new phone because my phone won't turn on. It's dead. So at least I have the video saved onto my iPad, which I'm recording on now. So yeah, that's a funny story. So we've just been having bad luck with recording the baby's heartbeat. It's like the baby does not want us to have the heartbeat. It's like karma or something. Alright, so now I'm going to get into symptoms, and like I said, these are symptoms that could happen throughout the entire month, not just this week. So the first one is fatigue. Now I haven't been super duper tired. The last few days I wasn't feeling good. If you follow me on social media, on my Facebook I posted that I got sick at a store and I had to be taken home. I did get sick there, and I got home, and I was actually with a friend that day. She spent the night before. We went out the next morning to go get groceries. We got up to go do all that because I just felt like I wanted to get up to go do something. I woke up that morning and I just didn't feel like, I was tired. I felt like I didn't want to do anything, but I also felt like I had a lot of energy. So I got up and we went to have my mom go do her taxes so that we would have money for the next 4 weeks, because right now the next 3 to 4 weeks we will not have any money coming in because my mom's been off of work for reasons. I'm running out of breath. So while we were there, I started to feel sick, and I was like, in my mind I was like, oh, it's just because I haven't eaten, because that's what happens when I don't eat right away, especially when I first wake up. I feel really nauseous, but I don't get to the point where I'm going to be sick. So I was fine. I just had to go sit out in the car, and I ended up falling asleep in the car, and holy shit, my mom scared the crap out of me when she came into the car, and my friend warned me 2 seconds before my mom opened the door, and I jumped, and I literally think that my child jumped out of its skin too. So, and then we went to the store, and I was fine, and then we were getting ready to go get the last thing, and I was like, so that was my evening. The next symptom is decreasing urine frequency. Now, I have still been having to pee a lot. I definitely do. Like I've said in other videos, in my past updates, it was more at nighttime. So I've noticed that at nighttime it's decreasing, but during the day it is increasing. So it is flipped, which I'm somewhat happy about, but somewhat frustrated about, because now I'm going to the bathroom a lot during the day, which makes it hard to do stuff. The next symptom is an end or decrease to morning sickness. Now, I have not had morning sickness really throughout my entire pregnancy. The only time I've had morning sickness was the other day at the store I went to, which was my first experience with morning sickness, which I didn't get sick or anything. Like, I almost did, but it didn't officially happen. I was just really nauseous. And I knew that I was going to almost be sick, because I don't know if this happens with everybody, but when I'm getting sick or I'm going to throw up, I get a lot of saliva buildup. My saliva just starts to I literally could cup my hands and have a puddle of saliva in my hands when I got in that bathroom. Like, I was spitting out all of it. I was like, okay, if I just do this is just gonna help me, and it did. So I found that helps. If I spit all the saliva out instead of trying to keep it in and swallowing it, it does help my stomach a little bit more. The next thing is heartburn. Now, I don't get heartburn. I know that might sound really, really crazy to you guys, but I've never had heartburn in my entire life, and I haven't had it throughout this entire pregnancy. So instead of getting heartburn, I get really bad acid reflux. I've had acid reflux since I was really little. When I was younger, I had to be put on medicine for it, so I still get it occasionally. I don't get it super duper often. I get it every once in a while. I haven't had it a lot during my pregnancy either, so that's good, but I know it's going to increase as time goes on. The next symptom is breast enlargement, which I have noticed. My bra is getting tight. I'm gonna have to go buy a new one soon, but I do notice that if I wear my sports bras that are kind of loose, that helps a lot, especially with sleeping. I'm one of those people who are really used to sleeping in a bra. Ever since I started to wear a bra when I was just beginning to wear one, I would always wear it to bed because I was just too lazy to take that off. So I'm extremely used to it, but some days I do go, especially at night, sometimes at night I do not wear a bra, so especially if my boobs are hurting a lot that day or they're super duper sore, I will let them breathe, I guess. Next two symptoms kind of go together. Headaches, dizziness, and lightheadedness. I do get a lot of headaches more often. They don't get too bad, but they are bad to the point where I do want to lay down and sleep. I only get lightheaded if I walk up the stairs to go up to my living room or anything super duper fast. And dizziness I get once in a while. I don't get it super duper often. The next symptom is ear stuffiness and nasal congestion. Now, my ears are super duper sensitive. I have super sensitive ears. I have had a lot of ear infections. I've had a lot of ear problems, especially these last few years. So my ears have been doing this thing ever since I got pregnant, where if I yawn or something, sneeze, gosh darn it, it's 1 now and I'm filming this. My ears, if I yawn at a certain time, or if I sneeze or something, or I go into a place where the air pressure is really, really bad, one of my ears will kind of be muffled, and it will stop whenever I'm silent. But if I start to talk, my ear muffles, and it's only one or the other ear. It's never both, so that's really weird. I have noticed that I have been a lot more congested. I do feel a lot my nose is more stuffy at times, and it's runny a lot more, and it's not just because I have a cold or anything. So I've definitely noticed that. Sensitive gums, no, my mouth has been normal. So I'm glad about that. I do have to make an appointment to go to the dentist soon. Swelling ankles and feet. My feet and my ankles have not been swollen at all. And the last symptom is movements. I haven't felt movements on the outside, but I don't know if this was just like random or if it was actually the baby. But I had my hand on my stomach and I swear that I felt the baby move. I'm not sure if that's what I actually felt or not. I might have just been going nuts because it was really late at night when I felt it, but I definitely do somewhat know when the baby is moving a lot, because when the baby moves a lot, I get really crampy. Like, I get cramps. They're not super duper bad cramps. They're not like period cramps. They're like really light cramps. So, and it only happens every once in a while, especially, I don't know. That's just kind of like how I, because when I was at my ultrasound, the baby was moving, and I started to get a really bad, like, not a really bad cramp, but I started to get a cramp, and I was like, oh, maybe this is my sign that the baby's moving. So now I'm going to get into what to expect at a full video on what I have done, what has happened at my doctor's appointments and my sonograms and stuff. So I thought I would just like put this in at the end of the videos of what to expect during this month of checkups, because I know that it's going to change throughout the entire pregnancy, because obviously things are going to be changing with your body and your baby's growing, so obviously more things at your checkups are going to get different. So for this month, it is, you're going to, these are things that you should have done. That's what I want to stress about the most. If you feel like your doctor is not doing something that a lot of other doctors are doing, either you should definitely bring it up with them, or if, depending on how far along you are, you should probably switch your doctor. I'm not saying your doctor is bad or anything, but there's a lot of things that you should be having checked out with your body and making sure your child is okay. Because sometimes if the doctor is not checking on those things or has never checked those things, something could be wrong that he's not seeing. Like, if your doctor doesn't check your pee every time you go, your sugar could be low, and that could be really crucial. Just like a little thing that happens at a lot of doctors' offices that aren't happening at others, it could be life-changing for not only you, but for your child too. Something could be severely wrong or just be mildly wrong, which obviously I know if you're a new-time mom or a first-time mom, you definitely worry about a lot. I know I worry a lot about my child, so this is why I'm doing this every month. So just a disclaimer, if you feel like your doctor is not doing stuff that he or she should be doing, definitely bring it up to your doctor or try to change your doctor, please, because I'm just trying to be like, oh, you don't want to like go to birth and be like, oh, the doctor didn't check this throughout my entire pregnancy and have something go wrong. First thing that should happen is your weight and blood sugar should be always checked. You should always have your weight checked at every single doctor's appointment. Every single doctor's appointment, I have my weight checked and my blood pressure checked as well. The reason for your weight is because your doctors want to make sure that you are gaining weight and just making sure that your weight is doing good, because sometimes it's unhealthy to gain a certain amount of weight during your pregnancy, and it's definitely unhealthy if you're not gaining enough weight. So your doctor wants to make sure that you are staying in a really good weight, around this good weight for your entire pregnancy. And blood pressure, they just want to make sure your blood pressure is healthy and good and not high or low or all that stuff. Like I said earlier, your doctor should check every single time about your urine, because the thing that the doctors are checking in your urine is if your sugar is good and you're getting enough protein. These are two things that should be definitely good. Making sure you get enough protein so that your child has good protein too, and also you don't want to have high sugar or anything like that. So the doctor should be checking to make sure all of that is also good. Probably around 11 weeks for me. 10 and 11 weeks is when my doctor tried to listen for the heartbeat, and after that you should have your baby's heart rate should be checked all the time. If not at 14 weeks or after, you should definitely be having the baby's heartbeat checked. If your doctor's not, then definitely make sure you talk to him or her about that, because you got to make sure that the baby's heart rate is doing good. I'm pretty sure I have pregnancy brain. I was so excited about hearing the baby's heartbeat that I wasn't really paying attention to what my doctor was saying the heartbeat rate was. So I'm pretty sure it was 160. So please definitely make sure that your doctor is checking your heart rate. At sonograms, your doctor, or the nurse that is doing your sonogram is going to check the size of your uterus to make sure it is growing and making sure there's enough space in there for the baby. That's another big thing. And the last thing that's going to happen, especially at doctor's appointments, a lot of these are, all of them except for the uterus, checking the size of your uterus, are all going to happen at your doctor's appointment, is your doctor's going to ask you about any symptoms that you have had. She'll go through, he or she will probably go through a list of symptoms that you could have, and she'll ask, him or her will ask if you've had them. So that's what happens to me. And also, your doctor should ask you how you're feeling and how you feel and everything. And if your doctor is like mine, my doctor asks how the father is doing and stuff like that. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and do the belly shot. This is my belly. My doctor said that my baby is still really low, that the baby hasn't gone up into my stomach yet. So that's kind of why my belly is like more rounded down here and not like out to like rounded all the way. It's because the baby is still really low down here and my uterus hasn't moved up yet. So this is it from the side. I don't know if you guys can tell or if it picks up on camera, but my line is definitely all the way up to my belly button now, and it's getting super dark. And that's it from this side. I haven't gotten any stretch marks yet or anything like that. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed my 14-week update, and I hope this helped somewhat. If this did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, follow on my social medias. I will put them down below this time. I've never done that, and I've never really thought about it, so I will definitely do that now and from now on in any video. So follow me on Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. I also have Musical.ly, but that's not really something to follow. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.